All right. Hey, good people. Good evening to you. I always, at the beginning of my videos, I've learned freeze, smile, so that you can capture this picture for your IG platform or as your cover page. Because when you're scrolling through, you're always trying to find that perfect shot. So I stop and I'm always smiling when these videos come in. Well, good evening, good people. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I decided to pop in tonight because while I was at the Lowe's, I found a nice little goody that was sitting there waiting for me. My name is, let me go back because I already got excited. My name is Lolita Perry, but my friends call me Lola, and I am the creator of Lola's World. Over at Lola's World, I am a social activities facilitator, and what that means is I bring groups of people together, like you, for activities that promote a life skill, self-sufficiency, community, and overall fun. So, one of those classes is actually a canning class. There's a crafting class, a gardening class, whatever is teaching life skills, honey, I'm trying to be all up in it. But let me tell you, I was in the Lowe's today and I got super excited because I found something new I could grow in my garden. Every year I try to grow something different, right? I try to grow something different. And this year I think I might have about 5 things that are different that I'm growing in my garden. I try to do something unique, but this year is like all holds. Just spare not, try it, girl. See what happens in the garden. The other day I came on and I showed you all how I start my seeds indoors. And I was going to start these herbs probably the second week of March. This is what I like to do. So in order so you can have a constant replenishing of your vegetation, this is what I'll do. I'll start one set of collards or kale or tomato in the first week, and then in the 4th week I'll start another row of those items indoors, so that by the time I pulled all of my kale and my collards that have grown to maturation, then there's another crop that's coming up. So I'm just always having something to harvest. So I'll grow them in stages versus trying to plant all of my tomatoes at one time, because it's like, oh, what am I do with all these tomatoes? Or trying to plant all of my carrots at one time. You can can them and do different things like that. But when you have a lot, it's really good to do those things in phases. So I've planned to start with my my cold weather vegetables, which are my, if you can see behind me, I have my kale, I have my collards. I was going to do Brussels sprouts, but I opted out of it. And I also have peppers, lots of peppers and spinach. They're already under the lights. Oops, sorry, had a call coming in. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I'm back. Beloved was trying to get me. So those things are already in, and I plan to start the herb garden probably in another 2 weeks. But I ran into this goody at the Lowe's today, and I could not resist it, guys. I ran into some Echinacea. First of all, did you know that this is what Echinacea look like? It looks like a pretty flower. It looks like a pretty purple flower. And I don't know if you all can see this, but let's see. Look at those purple seeds. Look at that. Can you see that? Purple seeds. Look at that. That's what Echinacea looks like. This is beautiful. So guess what? I am going to be growing Echinacea in my garden. It is one of the #1 items for helping our immune system. What? Baby, bow. And I'm going to grow it. Now, I need to do a little research, because normally I take Echinacea in the form of a tea, a loose leaf tea, or I've been taking Echinacea in the form of a capsule pill, right? So I'm figuring what I'm going to have to do with this is put it in the dehydrator, because that's what I do with my mint leaves. So whenever I grow mint leaves in the garden, I put those in the dehydrator, I dry them out, and I put those inside of a tea bag, and I make tea, make my own homemade tea. So mint grows like a wildfire when you put it inside of your bed or your container, and it's so much that that's one of the things I do. So I'm figuring with this beautiful echinacea, those purple, oh my gosh, I can't get over how pretty those little purple pills are. And that echinacea comes in a flower, comes out as a flower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grow my own echinacea. Now, I'm going to start these off in this tray that I have. Now, if you saw the other day when I did my cups, let me pull one out. Let me pull one of my cups. So the other day I sowed. It's a beautiful color, right, Montrees? It's beautiful. So the other day I reused these cups that I had before, containers that I had before in the garden, and I put some of the burpee seed starting mix inside of here, and I planted the seeds. And if you can see, I got some green little sprouts coming up in there already. I got my kale noted there, and then the date that I sowed them is on the back. So I started in these. Well, rather than put dirt inside of a container, there are little pellets that you can buy at the Home Depot, the Lowe's, the Walmart, and they come compact and compressed. And the brand I'm using today is called a Jiffy Pellet Refill. And it's also a seed starter. It has the same elements in it. It's light, it's fluffy, it's not too compact, so that when you put your seed down in there, it's the right type of soil. No fertilizer is needed. All you need is water so that it can grow. And it fits right down into this tray. It almost makes me feel like I'm playing, like I'm moving around checker pieces. So you just put them down in this tray, and I'm going to show you. I'm not going to plant them tonight because I'm going to get the soil together tonight, and then I'm going to plant the echinacea in them in the morning, because my lighting system is scheduled for the plants to receive 16 hours worth of lighting, and then it's going to go off. So the lights are going to go off at 8 p.m. tonight and come back on at 6 a.m. in the morning. So I don't want to start them tonight and then they get cooled right away. Even though I do have a heater over here with my lights, so when they go out at night, the heater still has some warmth going on with them. So I'm going to get my soil together tonight. Now let me show you how these pellets work. It's so cute. It reminds me of a science project we used to do when we were children. So you have the pellet in here, right? So all we're gonna do is pour some water on there, right? And give it some time. And what's gonna happen is these pellets, if you all remember when we were kids, those little worms that we used to light on fire for as fireworks, and they used to swell, and it'd be like ashes. That's what's going to happen with these pellets. The water is going to get inside of the pellets, and they're going to grow nice and tall. I will show y'all the picture, but you really can't see how tall it gets on here on the picture. But they're going to start to swell, and that's what we want. That's what we want. We want them to swell with the water. And as they begin to swell, they become, I remember them too. Those are amazing. Black ash. Smells horrible, but kind of cool, right, Montrees? So they're going to start to, as the water gets in these pellets, these are going to swell. And let me just show you. Uh-oh, stop it. There's a little hole right here, already a little pocket. And you can see it's already gotten bigger. It's already swelling compared to when I first started, right? So the water is getting in there, and it's going to grow. And in the little center here, I'm just going to put the seed in the morning and set them under the light so that they can start getting the sunlight that they need. Very simple, very easy, pretty amazing. But guys, yes, here's the thing. I'm going to grow echinacea this year. I think this is going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. And I can't wait to share with you all what the outcome was. I got this echinacea at the Lowe's today in Washington, D.C. And it was $2.50. And you get 150 seeds. That's the potential for 150 plants, guys, for $2.50. What? What? Yes, $2.50 at the Lowe's. I managed to find some Echinacea, and it says it's real easy to do. It's called a purple cone flower, and I'm going to grow it in containers. And I'm not going to grow it in the ground, and I can't wait to see what happens. This says it's drought resistant. It's a dark color. It has purple petals, and it's considered a wild flower. You know what's interesting is that this wildflower is what we use for medicinal purposes, but you know that little yellow flower that we consider a weed and that we spray with weed killer, and it grows into that white little puffy flower, that daffodil that we hate because it breeds more seed, that can also be used for medicinal purposes as well. It can also, it's actually very flavorful when you add it with sugar and create your own jelly with it. Guys, I'm telling you, Mother Nature has provided us so many medicinal purposes that we don't even realize are out there. Okay, guys, it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. You see that? It's still growing. It's still in the growing process. Look at that. It's still growing and gotten bigger. All it needs is some water. And there's two options. This is a tray that I've had for a couple of years that I've been reusing. The very first time I used it with this lid, and you might be familiar with this, and you would put the lid right over top of it, and then we would put, hey Shelly, then we would put a mat, and that would be the heat. That was the first method I learned with indoor seed grows with this method. But this time I'm going to set these under the light instead of using the lid to cover, which would produce heat. And I would set it in the sunlight, and that's how it would get its heat, and that's how it would get the sun. So this time around, I'm just going to plant them under the lighting system that I have and let them grow. So these did really good. I'm trying to see how much more. Okay, so these are almost full. Okay, so that's all we need. So this is going to be the starting. Hey, mommy, I see you. So this is how the pellet started. And then when I added water, it expanded. In the morning, I'm going to take the Echinacea seed, these pretty little purple seeds. Oh, see, that's so pretty, so pretty. And I'm going to put, I don't know how many I'm supposed to put in here. I've never done this before. I'm going to put 2 per cell and see how it grows. So this is what you do. So you take your seeds and you put 2 per cell. Whichever, you let them grow together. Whichever one is the strongest, you keep that one, and then you pluck out the one that's not as strong, and you let that one grow. Because if you let them 2 grow, they'll compete for the energy. Y'all, that's deep. I said something. They'll compete for the energy of the sun, okay? And they, instead of them growing together, they'll fight one another. So we'll just take the weaker one out and let the stronger one grow within the cell, and then we'll eventually plant it. So this little seedling, after it grows in this cell, it can be planted right into your pot. It can be planted right into the ground, or if it's still kind of cool outside, you can transition this into, if you have to, into a bigger container and let the roots grow down deep, right? Let them grow down deeper. If it's still too cool outside for you to set them out, it's up to you. But these can go straight into the ground once they finish growing. So that's what I wanted to share with you all tonight. Hey, if you didn't know, I am doing a canning class. It's a salsa canning class this month on March 18th. You can find it on my events page. Go check it out, please. I am doing a salsa canning class. We are going to make a pineapple, a habanero pineapple salsa. It's going to be amazing. So go over there, check it out. I will keep you guys updated on how things are going with this Echinacea, because I am so happy to have this item in my hands. All right, guys, you have a great, great night. Hey, remember this, baby. What did I say last time? You are enough. You have what it takes. Do not go around here doubting what God put in you. Yes. Go be amazing. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.